triple tank?
Moira.
Okay.
Yep. 2 Moira.
Moira. All right.
Alright,
Do
so
we
let's
want
discuss this.
do we want more healing than just Zen?
We are playing Orisa. Okay, you're playing Orisa with triple tank. Orisa Hog Junk is pretty standard on this map. Usually you run like a 2-2-2 with that. I think we got a wedding invitation, by the way. My cousin. Yeah, I know we need to send out our save the dates. Anyway. Blah, blah, blah. So normally you see, instead of Diva, you see another DPS. Mostly McCree. McCree does a lot, honestly. McCree will prevent ults from 1, from 2, will prevent rushdowns in general. Makes it very difficult to like approach the Orisa shield. So like the problem with Orisa shield is that once she places down, it has to obviously stay there until her cooldown comes back up. And so she has to basically commit to that defensive stance. If people bypass her shield, well then that's an issue for her. McCree and Hog, and the high damage coming out from this composition, do a lot to deter people from jumping shield. McCree and both his damage and his flashbang do that really well. Hog and his damage and hook do that really well. Halt does that really well. Junkrat in general is just fantastic for it. So what we're looking to do, we don't really have anyone right now who plays too well with the high ground. You can set a Junkrat up there. You can set your Zenyatta up there. But like we have a shit ton of shield break here. And once the shield goes down, we can very easily discord and kill them from front to back. So it might benefit us more than instead of even caring about high ground, just kind of set up on point, use the angles of the walls there, force them to come to us, and punish them as they do.
Do we want like Moira?
Played more Diva than I did.
We know now.
Do we want Moira Lucio?
No, this is good.
Widow is strange as fuck.
Okay.
Alright, so we're still running triple tank. We just swapped who was playing the Diva and who was playing the Junkrat.
Okay, let's do this.
Okay. So I don't think there's any reason for us to go up this way, as I kind of explained, because otherwise Orisa just kind of camps here and waits for value. Meanwhile, they can pretty much line of sight and just contest last second. If we go this way, we can control the mini. I kind of like that. It does force us into a narrow kind of room, which is a problem against enemy Junkrats, per se. We also kind of give up space on the point, so if we end up sitting here, we have to worry about like both people coming in from the main and coming in from this doorway. So I don't really like coming into this room very much. We probably just come straight onto point and try to brawl it out from there.
Just going straight to point.
Everyone's basically going to be sitting behind shield except for maybe Diva, and the occasional Hog looking for a flank.
Get people down the hole.
All right. Good luck.
Alright, so our initial shield seems fine. I don't like this halt at all. You have to kind of assume that they have come a very similar way, and if they're running a mirror comp, they're going to have the shit in here, so this halt doesn't do anything. They also can see it coming from like a fucking mile away, so and there's still glass here, so pulling them down from here just doesn't make any sense. We actually get this off. They don't react well enough. I can't see if they have a Diva or not. But we get a halt here. This, like, Hog should already be looking for this hook. He ends up hooking someone here, but it's a bit delayed. So they have time to react post-halt.
I failed, but
See how he finally hooks here?
nice hook.
Moira pick is huge. That's likely their main healer. From here, we see the enemy team starting to rotate high ground. We don't really care too much about that. They're not going to be contesting point from up there. We can kind of just line of sight it the entire way, just drop our shield like here, and force them to come back to point. We don't really have the mobility or desire to really take, or to contest them up here. We can just wait 12 seconds and just win this from here.
Tracer to our left.
Alright, they're running Winston. Is that Winston, Diva, Soldier, Moira? Probably Lucio or Zenyatta would be my guess. I do like pushing up here. If they're not going to swing high ground, we can push up, set our shield here, and then kind of bully the rest of them. so that seems fine.
You guys fuck up Tracer, I got me.
Notice how, like, alright, I want to see how much we just kind of spray our Orisa weapon just kind of into space. And I don't mean we're aiming for someone and we happen to not hit. I mean we're just kind of just shooting just to spam.
Nice job.
Like we, as we're angling our shield down to replace it, we're still shooting. It's a huge amount of clip wastement. We kind of like flick over here and we're going to shoot this wall over here for some fucking reason.
You guys fuck up Tracer, I got me.
We're just holding down that button.
Careful. I'm going back on the point.
I'm like halfway on P. I hear.
Alright, so I don't know if this orb does anything either. I'm not a huge fan of these orbs.
Winston,
So
right side.
Right side.
Top right.
Alright, so Rondo is going to go up here. He can't overcommit to this because he has no one supporting him. I think he knows this and backs out.
We can't come with you,
Yeah, he just quickly
Tracer's on
up
me.
there. So there's like no reaction to the Tracer who used this flank. What I would like to see instead of the entire team just kind of making this line is that we still have our shield here. So like, if we instead look to place our shield here as they come in, then naturally everyone kind of sits behind it. So if we have our shield here, and then the Junk and the Hog just stay back here, they can easily peel the Tracer, so the Tracer's only real option is to come from the mini room behind us and sweep around to our Zen. Because if she comes down the stairwell, she's in full sight of everyone. The healers need to be kind of pocketing each other. It's not really excusable for the Zen behind to just kind of like die on his own when the rest of the enemy team isn't putting pressure on whatsoever. That's a failure of your other support to help him out. It's also kind of a failure of your team to like recognize that they're going to have a flanker and who the primary target of that flanker is. So we're still kind of like not playing in the objective so much as we're trying to get kills up here, which kind of makes sense in that they're likely staggered, but we don't really have any way to contest them up there, and I think we need to recognize that.
Fuck. Ah.
okay, shield's on.
Alright, shield's good here. Don't entirely like Hog's positioning right now. It doesn't matter too much right now, but it's pretty easy for them to avoid the Orisa spam and just kind of have him feed ult from where he is, and he's not really contributing right now. If he and Orisa stay as a pair behind shield, it's really like he could do everything he wants to do right now from behind shield, without potentially farming ults for the enemy team, and he'd be closer to peel for his backline.
Shield's on low ground.
Yeah, I'm your only healer.
I actually like that orb. That orb was decently close from pulling them off and putting them in an unwinnable position. So Tracer ends up trading here. You can just spam here. We don't need to aggress.
Winston up.
Winston is a very good
Wait.
call.
Winston.
Notice how we're still firing as we're acquiring a target here.
Shield's on low.
Started firing this window, and we're still going to fire as we come across and readjust our aim here. And then as the Winston comes in...
Yeah, I'm your only healer.
Stay behind, play behind shield,
What triggers them to jump here? I don't entirely know.
Winston on me?
Winston.
Don't know where he is.
Way out.
Okay, leave Winston.
It could have been a good orb as well. I like the shield here. The soldier coming from, well, this direction according to your crosshair. He's like sitting right here. That is extremely greedy by him. The only way he really gets away with this is if D.Va doesn't have boost up. So D.Va has the option of collapsing upon him this way, or jumping up here to force to meet him here, and then he's kind of fucked. The low mobility on this is a little daunting. If you had a McCree, you could probably set him up here.
Soldier behind.
Maybe you do want the Junkrat up there with like the Zenyatta, but against their dive, he's going to have to give up that high ground very fast.
Soldier's discorded.
Yeah, he deserved to die there.
Nice.
100%.
Okay, Winston.
Winston's an easy transition here, and now it's out of position. We had our shield, drop it here.
Winston half. Winston low back.
Okay, see, we didn't... I understand we're kind of chasing for that kill. I do like the idea, though, of giving our team a place to stand and commit to. Because right now, like, the Winston's over here, we have a Tracer behind us, and we have their entire team kind of looking at us right here. Our team, in order to support us, has to like come across kind of open area.
Back there?
So I don't we don't really have to do anything right now. We just wait.
Really far
I don't like that bomb. I know it's going to
behind us.
get people because I've actually watched this video in my spare time. But like, good on you, I guess, on getting number picked. But they're building ults right now, and that bomb can be used for when they're actually threatening the point.
Nice.
So we're just staggering, and yeah, this Junkrat tire also doesn't make any sense to me.
Probably.
All right. Yeah,
We
we
get a
probably.
stagger?
Oh shit!
Push, push,
They're
push,
all
push,
Tracer's
push.
discorded in the back.
Push, push.
Alright, so we weren't pocketing him.
Fuck.
I got
Tracer's
stuck.
doing
Oh!
I also don't really like this bomb by Tracer. Let's see. Her team lost Soldier to the Junkrat tire and 2 to the Diva Explosion, who I think were Zenyatta and Winston. This bomb essentially has to get 4 people to make it an even fight. As of now, her team is in no position to contest. You are kind of setting up the ability to create kind of like a staggered fight. So like, yeah, now you're even, currently on point, and your respawns as Team 37 are coming in faster, so you can probably take the fight then. And you do get both supports, so there's a very, very strong possibility that you do that. So for that, I'm not really too sad about the bomb, and bombs are pretty throwaway anyway. I am very surprised that you get Moira. I don't know what set of circumstances that a Tracer was 1v2 against 2 supports who could easily pocket each other, who traditionally, when pocketed, Tracer has a difficult time dealing with between Discord, Healing Orb, and just the inability to kind of dodge Moira heals. I don't know how she gets 2 people. Like, did we fade aggressively or some shit? Were we playing next to each other for some reason? So her blinks to confuse you were
Go back, point.
affecting both of you?
I tried
But
trading.
she has to back up. Tracer leaves now and then regroups with the team, and they come and take the fight 4v6. So right now, if you're team 40, you have to know you're going to be down people in about 5 seconds. I'd probably set up as far away from the point as possible, probably like right here, just barely kind of contesting, force them to take as much time and energy getting to you as possible. If you can't get the Tracer, you're definitely going to be down, and you can wait for your Junkrat to come in and then both healers. So you got to kind of like hunker down.
Off last second. Ugh,
It's all good.
that was a huge
Behind
ult.
you, Rondo.
So this shield doesn't do anything because, well, they're dive, and you're committing to a bunch of space on the point when you definitely can't take it right now. So 2 people end up splitting from you, which is bad. Makes you a very easy target here as Arissa, and also just not very good. This Halt I don't think does anything. We could have used this better.
Yeah, Excelsior, you gotta try to move
Alright, so we end up using this. That's fine.
away from me when that happens.
We end up walking
More,
into
more,
them.
Sorry.
I don't know if I want to walk forward
bad.
here.
No, that's cool, man.
I didn't realize I was stuck. So
Alright, so we recognize that we're likely down for a little bit, despite the Winston pick, so we use ult to try to compensate.
like at the very end.
Yeah, I
And
kinda
Tracer's
figured.
going unchecked. Yeah, we kind of turned our back to like this entire room full of people. Let's watch that again.
try to move
Winston,
away from
Winston,
me when
Kenneth.
that happens.
More.
Sorry, my bad.
So
No, that's cool, man.
I didn't realize I was stuck to like the very end.
we saw like the Tracer or someone come around here. He's like right there. Just kind of
Yeah,
ignore
I
it.
kind of figured.
Alright.
Alright, this is gone. Should I should stall, I guess?
Yeah,
Oh,
stay on point.
Alright, what else do we have?
Alright.
It's unfortunate we committed a couple ults there. When,
We only have Moira. I just
And what have
so our weapon accuracy is 30. Considering we're not really spamming down chokes all that often, I'm not entirely pleased with that.
they used?
Soldier.
Do we want to switch?
Tracer bomb, soldier.
So we're taking a long time just kind of sitting here right now. During the stagger, we should have been already considering what we wanted to do if we wanted to switch and what sort of ultimates they're coming with. Like, we should be setting up in position right now. We could basically be here and ready to take another fight.
Soldier ult.
Tracer bomb comes up quick though.
Yeah.
Did they use coalescence?
We're just kind of lingering here. We're blowing cooldowns. Things that don't
No,
seem to
they haven't
matter.
used Winston nor.
And then
Alright, so we're gonna see for some reason, I remember now, is that we're gonna come up and like play at contesting this high ground, like pushing uphill against them.
they haven't used trends.
Yeah,
we
so
got a
they're
lot of
probably going to be
signals.
loaded.
Okay. So let's try
Did
and
we
get
use-
this tracer.
I don't
for
get
the
this.
soldier
I don't get this
insights.
positioning at all. We're gonna put our backs to here when they have like this positioning up here that's just going to fuck us if we come up there. Just go main, force them down.
We used our trends.
Because right now, look at like, not only are they just gonna hold us here, they have like infinite routes behind us to just whittle us down. What was this? Take a screenshot. Fuck. I didn't mean to
Tracer
do that.
behind.
Tracer behind.
Okay,
Tracer's
kill the
behind
tracer.
because of course
It's
she's
40.
behind.
I just ordered the Tracer.
We don't care about that shield.
I don't know where she is.
Okay.
She
pushing
left.
Point, push point, push point, push point.
I like it. There's the Tracer. We're firing.
Tracer on point.
No recall. There's no reason for us to use this cooldown right now. Not really taking damage or being healed. If the Tracer has bomb, she could easily just kind of wait for our Fortify to come off and then kill us through it. Alright, we do get stuck, but our Fortify is
Shit.
gonna
Oh.
save us. Okay. Team didn't really move coordinated. They don't have the Junkrat, so I probably would have come in from this room now. Coming in main ended up allowing them to collapse this way because our tanks just weren't looking out for our backline, and two of us kind of die in the back, which is unfortunate. The Tracer is getting away with a lot here.
Winston.
I'm dead.
Alright, group up.
No ults, no ults, no ults.
Shit.
My bad.
Holding on to it.
Okay, did they use any ults there?
They used bomb, they
we
used
use Winston.
Winston.
Okay.
I must rejoin
Okay,
my
let's just
team.
group up. Back it up. We
Right.
almost had that point.
Yeah, that was a dry push, right?
Yep.
We used
Ended
nothing.
up being a
Okay.
dry push.
Alright, instead of hanging out like right outside of point, let's actually go on the point and force them to
Yeah,
come
yeah.
down from high ground.
Yep.
Okay, alright.
Let's go
like
left
that.
Do you want to
side.
push left? Yeah.
I'm pushing left.
Like this left, they do have a
Alright,
soldier up there, which is annoying.
cool.
This Zenyatta is just in the middle of fucking nowhere. Unfortunately, our orb is not going to catch him.
Shit, I fucked that up.
Uh-oh.
Alright, so you can take point, we can have Junkrat and two people kind of just waiting here.
Tracer behind.
Tracer
Discord.
behind.
Anyway.
Tracer's behind, what are we doing about it?
Okay.
Winston. Diva's at a mech. Okay, good.
We're still kind of just spraying as we're adjusting our aim.
Tracer's
Watch
low.
Moira top right.
I'm filming onto point.
Rondo is going a little far, he's not going to actually be able to contest that.
Good cap.
Winston.
Discord. Discord.
Winston out.
He left.
Where's Tracer?
Kill Winston.
Soldiers up top, watch out.
Oh, shit.
It's fine, fight on point.
Tracer went in the hole.
Well, I don't know what this shield is really supposed to do, because we know that they're generally going to be coming from this direction. It kind of protects us from the high ground, but also leaves us vulnerable. We're committing to not being able to protect ourselves from the back for a little bit.
Okay,
Discord on Moira.
I like our Zenyatta's positioning, in that he's kind of protecting himself against the high ground. He's forced to kind of shift towards their spawn. I haven't been keeping track of exactly where the Tracer is, but that bit sort of thing is kind of rough. I do see, I think, that he is split from his own healers. So like here's, I think, the Moira, and here's the Junkrat. If those three kind of play together, I think that would be ideal.
Almost back.
Oh!
It's on the soldier.
Good shift.
He got me.
No ults. No ults.
Alright, that's gone.
We used tire.
Oh, they probably should have
we
done
can
that.
So this would have been last fight. I think
fight on point.
really would have benefited us.
Tracer went in the hole.
Oh, we actually lost our Moira, so I don't know who that was that back there.
Okay,
Discord on.
Oh, that is the Moira in our spawn. Okay, that makes sense. Which case, I think they need to be together here. I think Zen needs to be back here. This can be last fight. Without your Moira, as the only healer, Zenyatta, you do have two options here. I don't know if you entirely consider them. If your other healing partner is down, in order to sustain a fight, especially a one that like you started kind of up or even on, you probably need to trance. Alternatively, there's enough time on the clock that you can likely touch and not need to trance. You just take this as a dry fight and then commit everything to the final fight. Perfectly reasonable. I think we end up splitting that here with the Junkrat tire,
Moira.
and that hurts us.
Almost back.
It's on the soldier.
Soldier.
He got me.
Moira. Shit.
Alright, that's gone. Oh, it probably
Yeah,
should have done that.
we've got one more fight. We can do it. Oh, can you hold that?
No?
Shit.
No.
So now we're coming in with only like 2 ultimates.
Trance.
Too bad. All right.
Alright,
Let's push in. We're just gonna push in with Trance and Bongos.
Alright, we traded late. We don't have our major DPS. But we have Supercharger to compensate. They're not with their main
I'm
healer.
gonna switch to Tracer just so I can get back quicker.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Yep.
On
Okay.
quick.
Left
Let's
side.
go. Let's go.
Left side.
Stats are nerds.
I'm gonna
Tracer
drop
probably.
Bongos.
Did Tracer use bomb?
Not yet, so watch out.
Yes. Alright, I don't think we needed to use Fortify.
Okay, Winston's down the hole. Bongos are down.
If you stop firing, you'd be able to walk that way.
No shield.
Shit.
Oh damn.
The shield went down.
Switching to Winston to
Shit.
get back.
All right.
We probably lost that.
We can't. We lost that.
Unfortunate.
If you can touch it, I can get back.
Alright, so we see in a brief bit their Moira like here, and we're gonna go on their Winston. Damage on their Winston doesn't actually matter. If you're down in these situations, your only hope of turning the fight is to team focus one person. Focus becomes really important when you don't have enough people or damage to really compensate for your disadvantages. The Winston's going to take fucking years to kill by you. Not only does he have armor, he has 500 health, and his healers are both there.
Oh shit.
So in no way should we really be shooting him.
Come on, Winston. D.Va.
We should never be on D.Va here either, I think. D.Va is similarly difficult to kill, especially when we're down 4-2. The Moira right here. At least force her back.
D.Va's low.
Careful.
Touching.
D.Va's low-ish. She's still 400 health.
Yeah.
It's still easier to kill anyone else than her.
Touch.
6 on 2.
Damn.
Flies right away either.
I think we'll see. I think we'll see the same sort of target focus there, where we really enjoy killing people we can't really kill right away, who can be peeled for. So I don't like our target selection in this second point of Oasis. Let's watch.
Dive.
Yeah.
Rondo DPS.
Do dive. Yeah, Rondo DPS.
Um,
I'm in D.Va.
are we doing Pharah or
I'm gonna
Genji Tracer?
leave that to Grape.
10 seconds.
Great.
I'm gonna
Let's try Genji Tracer. Actually, yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Lucio's in.
Yeah, that's yep. We're doing it.
Monkey.
Push main where Lucio.
I like main. I like going main.
They probably don't have one. No, they don't. They're going.
All right, so you don't see them here, right? Like any team would have already been here, so they went point.
Going around. Looks like they're going up top.
High ground.
In fact, this is when I basically
Push
know that
main
they
where
didn't go
Lucio.
this way.
Just main.
They probably don't have one. No, they don't.
Here. As soon as here, you don't see them there, they didn't go this way. We can kind of just take position on point now.
They're going around. Looks like they're going up top.
High ground. Point high.
Just run the
Yep.
Moira.
Alright. I do think our jump is a little preemptive here. We're not really going to be able to accomplish too much here. So they have the high ground, which we do want to take from them, if only for their soldier. The issue, though, with jumping right now is that we're going to end up jumping into these tanks. I know you didn't see them because you only saw their soldier, but their tanks have to be somewhere, and you have to assume they're playing with their team. So you're going to jump up here, and your main target would have been the soldier or their supports, and you're going to run into their tanks, which are at full health, and you took some damage coming in. So you're at a disadvantage right now. You can't stay up on this ledge. You don't have the damage to follow you up because your tracer went long way, so your tracer's at best a blink or two behind this jump, and can't see people currently on this stairwell. Your D.Va can assist you, that's fine. Your Genji's probably lagging behind too because he doesn't want to burn he doesn't want to burn dash up here. So with this jump, we're not going to look to accomplish much. We can't cross this threshold, otherwise we're losing line of sight from our healers and we're entering the line of sight of their primary DPS and the rest of their team. So maybe we feint on this high ground and then we're kind of immediately forced to drop down back to point. Good luck.
Go high, high, high. I gotta drop.
Stay too long. Yeah, here's our tracer. That's where our tracer ended up.
Go high, high, high. I gotta drop.
Tracer just now blinks into support here. That's how, like, too early this was. This is our Lucio. I don't know if I like our Lucio this close. Generally against dive, like, you need to keep your Zen alive, and I think that's where the Lucio should be. If not, he kind of has to follow the tracer around.
Oh, fuck.
I
D.Va mech is
don't like, if I recall.
Monkey.
So
push main where
we're
Lucio?
gonna see where our Zenyatta orb is.
They probably don't have one. No, they don't.
So our Zen orb's gonna be here on tracer, right?
They're going around. Looks like they're going up top.
It's not on 1, 2, 3. It's not on any of these three who are going to be taking damage on approach.
High, high.
It's still not on him. It's still not on
Run
the
them
Zen.
away.
Go high, high,
I don't know where it is. I don't know where this healing orb is.
high, high.
Healing orb needs to stay on the tanks to maintain their armor. We finally get healing orb here. Where?
High, high.
Just run them
Yep.
where?
Go high, high, high.
Finally get healing orb. Let's do this frame by frame. We get healing orb when we're at like 100 health. Less than that. I don't see the healing orb on him. Get healing orb at 50 health. We're at 10%.
Drop. Oh, fuck.
D.Va mech is discorded.
D.Va,
Just
slow?
Just back out. Just back
Yeah,
out.
the dive wasn't set up well enough for the Winston to be effective. You did eat a lot of aggression, and team seems like they might be able to turn this.
Because I'm dead.
Where is our orb? Our orb is on boat mode. So Lucio here has plenty of ways to not die by himself. He can just fucking wall right out of there. He can boop himself away. He has his own passive healing. You know? I don't think the orb, like, you don't have to worry about him. Your D.Va, though, can't do her job right now. And so you need to give her the orb in order so she can actually act as a tank and take space.
Unless
So right
you
now
guys
she's
got
just
a
fucking waiting and useless.
We got D.Va ult. That's it.
The objective is now active.
Alright, so that's
Alright,
unfortunate.
backing out. Oh,
Yeah, back out.
Pretend to back out. I'm
It's
gonna
fine.
kill myself.
So their D.Va's out of
We lose D.Va mech because we weren't healing him.
Ah, shit, they're on me.
Back up, back up, back up. For now.
Rob, maybe jump
Yeah,
off.
I'm jumping
Yeah,
off.
yeah, okay. Gotta give you speed boost.
Thanks, bud.
No problem, dude.
Alright, so their soldier modified dive by the looks of it. We're looking to well, we definitely want to take the high ground from them. We have the issue though that, like, in order to get up there, Tracer needs some time and setup to go around. They're also decently hard to dive since if we commit to high ground, we've committed our cooldowns to assault the high ground, in which case they'll just hit whoever jumped them, and if someone gets low, they just retreat with their own mobility cooldowns while we are forced to kind of stay there or drop down. If we drop down, the tracer kind of cleans us up. As we saw from our initial dive, we're just going to have to like outdive this, which is kind of rough. We need our Genji and Tracer and coordination to be tremendously on point. You can bet your dumbass that Zenyatta's going to be by the high ground or stairwell, so if Tracer and Genji can coordinate that while the tank's opening up by initiating, recognizing that they're likely going to have to drop down to do anything, or drop down after taking a bunch of fire. I think that's how I'd want to play this.
Speed up your suicide.
Let's go, what, right side?
We could alternatively kind of come under point and force them to drop. I don't entirely like that, but I'd probably go in like this right room and then jump from like the alcove here. I don't want to go main because they have the poke advantage with their soldier.
Yeah, everybody?
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, let's go right side.
So where's our Tracer right now?
All systems checked out.
Our Tracer's not able to help us up here. Well, the rest of the team is going to basically go up. I also don't like our Zen here. So, like, they're on high ground, and if they just drop down, they're going to find our Zenyatta. If our Zen just kind of stays main, almost out of sight, like, he can contribute to the fight along sight lanes and force them to commit a lot of resources to actually get to him. Right now, they just need to
They're
use
up top
gravity.
still.
I've reached the objective.
So notice how we're kind of like forcing them down. I don't mind that so much. I don't think we need to play in their line of sight. I don't think we actually need a fight here.
Knock him down.
What the?
Alright, see? You see how, like, there's no reason to be there as Zenyatta. There's no reason to show yourself. We take, like, this underground path, and then we, like, move this way into broad daylight. Not great.
Winston.
Moira killed me.
Winston on point, though. He's almost dead.
Winston's
Nice.
fine. We can just slowly kill them as they come
Okay,
to
we got
us.
this. Okay.
I don't like this Diva call that's about to come out. I think we can just take their high ground, people.
They should
Diva,
probably
Diva.
back up.
Just being pocketed by the Moira. There's a Zenyatta somewhere with a soldier that's way more important than trying to kill their tank, who might not even die. I didn't see her use dash.
Diva.
Sector half up top.
Good. Good back, good back.
No ult.
This is
Kill the
winnable.
Diva if we can.
Warrior
Shit.
1.
Despite the focus, she ends up at full health.
Should still be winnable.
Moira on point.
Diva out of mech.
So far, I don't like your dive targets.
Oh shit!
Kills in,
Winston's
kills
coming
kills
in, watch out.
Damn it!
It's fine, we have control point.
I'll be back in a sec.
Grape popped
Their
the fuck
Zenyatta
off.
was just
Grape,
hanging out in the
Grape
corner.
got 4 kills that fight.
Winston discorded.
Are we holding?
Nice job.
Yeah, we're
nice
holding.
job. Yeah, we-
Alright, I'm coming back.
Okay.
Uh, so we have control point. They're likely still running with soldier. We can rest on high ground, but we kind of have to use it as cover and jump them as they come in. The Zenyatta is going to be playing so far away that it's going to be difficult for us to actually contest him with our dive tanks. It's going to be almost entirely Tracer's job to flush him out. Ideally for us, their immobile soldier and Zenyatta come like this stairway to kind of come to high ground. If they sit out here, they can contribute a decent bit while being kind of difficult to hit. They're looking to get some poke value in first with the soldier and Zenyatta.
High ground.
You only have orb right now.
They have an now
Coming back, I'll
McCree.
jump. Go up
Same
the high
sort
ground
of a
too.
deal, just
Yeah, I've
way
got
worse
blades,
against.
so
Yeah.
They
I'll
might be
try
fine.
and
Flashbang is great against dive in general. The problem is landing it is a fucking issue.
Right.
Where we can.
Sprint is also
Even
pretty
if it
decent.
just
Saw one
draws
main.
their.
I'm gonna get up on high ground.
Main.
We have both healer ults, so we're
They're
looking
going
okay.
main? Yeah, they're going main.
they have
gonna-
McCree.
Curry.
No.
I like the line of sight
Excelsior,
here.
make sure you try to call out when you're going to use yours so we don't.
I like where the Zenyatta is playing. I think the Zenyatta should just be like this back stairwell, and then I think Lucio needs to be sitting with him because Lucio's not doing anything right now. You see this Tracer? This Tracer is going to come this way for you, Zenyatta. If Lucio can prevent that,
stack.
Yeah.
because reacting to it can be hard
Tracer's on
sometimes.
point.
Yeah, I know.
Dropping for Tracer.
This will protect you.
I don't think we even need to like fight them here. We can kind of just line of sight them. We're committing our bubble cooldown when they're not. Like, we put ourselves in this position to kind of just tickle them. So I'm not thrilled with this.
At Discord on Diva Mac.
I like the jump to disengage. I think we should sit on high ground and wait for heals. I don't know where our orb was. I think it's late. So let's see where our orb was.
Don't stack.
Yeah.
This
Who
react.
has orb here? So here's a tank below max health. Here's a tank below max health. Where's our orb?
To it can be hard
Tracer's on
sometimes.
point.
We have it on our Genji. No. Leave it, just leave it on the tanks and forget about it. The DPS can like duel people even if they're low. The tanks absolutely need their armor
Yeah, I
in order
know.
to
Dropping
do shit.
for Tracer.
No one's healing.
This will protect.
We're getting passive Lucio heals. Take so much damage. We
Discord on-
finally get an orb when we're at like 200 health.
Diva Mac.
Yeah, I would have stayed on high ground.
Dropping.
Oh, whoops.
Why do we...
Dropping for Tracer.
This will protect us.
What triggers our primal here?
At Discord on Diva Mac.
Dropping.
Oh,
We had so much health. We didn't need to primal right there. Primal's actually going to decrease our DPS. And we're not, and we kind of tanked the Diva Bomb to make like the health gain not even fucking useful. We're gonna like man fight the fucking Diva with our primal for some reason.
Okay, no
Yeah,
more
we deserve to die.
Discord on Winston.
Where I haven't heard where the McCree was. Not once has someone called out the McCree. Like Tracer Genji can go fuck up their McCree while everyone else holds point. I don't like the bomb either. You're down
No
people.
ults, just down point. We don't have any ults.
We get one. Cool. No, we blow every ult as soon as we get it, without considering.
Oh, I just got ult as I died.
It's fine.
That's
Just
good.
keep fighting
Switching to
points.
soldier.
I stalled as long as I could.
So Soldier's really good on this point. When you so most teams I think run Pharah here. I think Soldier's a decent alternative. In that once you have control of the point, it's hard to dislodge the Soldier. Attacking with the Soldier is kind of fucking awkward, especially into an enemy hit scan who's going to have control of high ground. You have to get up there to do anything. You don't have the mobility to get up there. Your team needs to assist you in that regard. And even if you finally get in range to not have fall off damage, like they are going to be coming at you from a number of flanks. So I don't know if I like the Soldier to like actually retake this point. I think Genji is preferred, especially since they use trance. You might have a chance
All
to
right,
build
that's
blade
gone.
before they
We
do.
yeah, we're looking good. Group up.
Alright, what else do they have? Did they use Trance there?
They did, yes.
Yes, they use
Did they
trance.
use Moira?
No.
I don't think so.
Soldier
I-
probably's got another
sure.
ult.
They'll have High Noon, Coalescence, probably have Bomb, but not Diva Bomb. I might have Winston.
Probably have Moira.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
They
soldier.
probably
Just
have
Moira.
Genji ult too.
They don't have a Genji.
No,
I mean, not Genji. McCree.
Tracer.
Tracer.
Alright, we're committing our bubble here. I think we can just line of sight the McCree. We've taken a shit ton of damage from it. I don't like our bubble.
Tracer kills Tracer.
Discord.
Nice. Okay, bomb's down.
I don't like that bubble at all. We now can't commit
Okay, I'm
for
gonna
like 7
dive high
seconds.
ground. Diva, come with.
You see the problem with coming this way? Is that we're entire line of sight from this high ground here. I think instead we go like that mini room and maybe the hit scans sit out here, we're in better position. I don't like our tanks going this way. We're taking so much damage on approach. We still don't have an orb on our fucking... Who has our Zenyatta orbs? Alright, so we jump up here. This is kind of like a shitty jump. We're not jumping on any members of their backline who are perfectly content to just stay out of range of our cannon right now. We're not particularly getting a lot of cleave. If we had jumped a few steps up to actually like disrupt this, I think that would have been great. We're gonna stay up here too long if memory serves.
Tracer
Tracer
behind.
behind. Got
Nice,
her.
we got her.
Nice.
Like, who cares if we're tickling this fuck? Like, the Zenyatta and maybe McCree are like right here or right here with their Moira. Like, why are we fighting a tank that like kind of fucks us when she's being pocketed? Like, I don't know what we're doing here as Winston. I will say that I don't see the orb on our tanks at all.
Discord, and there's Zenyatta.
Kill the D.Va.
He's on high ground.
Fell.
Nice, high new down.
Shit.
Trance
Back
if you
down.
need to.
Better Mac.
Fight's over. Don't commit ultimates.
Damn.
Ulting.
Trance if you need
Okay.
to. Yeah, there we go.
Zen low.
We're not winning that
We
fight,
got,
I don't
we
think.
may not.
Oh, we needed to get picks
Shit.
during that.
You also, that trance did the unfortunate thing of both being wasted because the fight was already over and extending the fight so that you might not get fully regrouped.
Yeah, we didn't have target call.
Okay.
Fuck.
Reset. We can do one more push.
I'm 12% from beat if we can get a decent fight going.
Hey,
Should be
also,
able-
we commit to that.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
Trance if
Ulting.
you need
Okay.
to. Yeah, there we go.
Zen low.
We got, we may not.
Oh, we needed to get.
Better Mac.
D.Va.
He's on high ground.
Fell.
Tracer.
Probably's got another.
Probably have Moira.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
They
soldiers.
probably
Just
have
Moira.
Genji ult too.
Let's just go main.
No,
I mean, not Genji. McCree.
Tracer.
Tracer. Kill this Tracer.
Discord.
Nice. Okay, bombs down.
Like, there's no communication of this being a dry fight or not,
Kill me up.
but we
Okay,
take
I'm
so
gonna dive high
fucking long.
ground. D.Va, come with me.
Do we have this orb, actually?
Tracer
Tracer
behind.
behind. Got
Nice.
her.
We might actually have left our orb on our tank. Never mind, that's
We got it.
good.
Nice.
Discord, and there's Zenyatta.
I do think we just linger up here and our tanks aren't doing
Kill the
anything
D.Va.
though.
D.Va.
He's on
Yeah,
high
we
ground.
must have orb. I see the shit. Alright. Sorry about that, Zenyatta.
Nice high new down.
Shit.
Trance if you
down.
need to.
Better Mac.
Damn.
Trance if
Ulting.
you need
Okay.
to. Yeah, there we go.
Zen low.
We got, we
If we can get a decent fight going, should be able to get that. And
My vault.
I'm gonna go get in the position to hop on.
Tracers.
we
Let's
gotta go
right side,
now.
right side.
Gotta go in.
Right.
Go in. Go in. Right.
Camping. Go.
Play it.
Get on.
Touch
Get
my
on.
Tracer.
Touch.
So they're dropping down on us. We can use that opportunity to just jump up here. Maybe. I don't think we want to spend time fighting their tanks when their offensive people have position on us. I see Grape looks like he's trying to take high ground.
Discord, Winston.
Winston.
Not really. I'm
Winston.
fighting this Winston. I do like this following the Discords. Jumping up is actually bad for us because our healers. Alright, we gained the orb a little late. Although it might have been on our D.Va. Jumping up actually makes it easier for our enemy hit scan player to find us. Alright, we have 700 some health.
Be below.
I'm on Zen. Okay, ult out.
Why? We had 400 health to play with and we decided to use Primal. And then we're gonna man fight the
Shitty
D.Va
trans.
again. What are we doing here?
Need targets.
Three down.
D.Va.
Winston's on
D.Va's fucking an awful target here. Moira?
me.
help?
They got me.
I'm gonna go get the pack.
On D.Va.
They blew Winston ult.
There's a fucking Zenyatta right there, dude. Like, here's the Moira. Perfectly good target. Here's the Zenyatta. Even better of a target. The D.Va has opted out of this fight.
Blew Winston ult.
On D.Va.
I'm on Zen 1.
D.Va down.
Moira.
Okay,
It
good.
took so long.
Moira.
Yep.
Moira ult blown.
On Moira. Nice. Okay,
Winston.
Winston.
Halfway back.
Got him. Okay, that should be it.
Play high.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Where's that?
Fuck
Pick
that
that.
guy, fuck that guy.
Soldier.
Stagger that.
This will protect us.
Tracer.
Tracer on
We
point.
just don't seem to know the range of our cannon. We're wasting a lot of ammo not shooting anything.
Tracer half.
Tracer discorded. Ah, she got away.
We
Discord
can't-
again. Nice.
We don't know
Good hit.
how to hit people.
Cover.
Good job.
All right, they're coming on.
Zen.
Zen's down.
D.Va.
Monkey's
D.Va.
discorded.
D.Va. Okay,
Discord on the
Monkey.
D.Va. Monkey's discorded.
Oh,
Ah,
I
Soldier
thought I got
me.
you.
Zen's down.
D.Va.
See our Zenyatta
D.Va.
He's discorded.
D.Va.
Okay.
See Zenyatta here. That's really close. This Zenyatta is really, really close to the fight.
Discord on the Diva. Monkey's discorded.
Oh,
Ah,
I
Soldier
thought I got
me.
you, man.
Soldier.
It's alright.
good.
All right,
We got
no,
it. We
it's
got
good.
it.
Yeah, Fire Mercy might
Let's
be better.
try it.
All right.
So, you straight to jump pad.
So I don't know why we necessarily want jump pad. There's so much room on point without jump pad that, like, unless you have a hit scan sitting up there, it doesn't matter too much. And we don't have a hit scan. Maybe we can deny it from them, but, like, we can just, like, positional point and see how it plays out instead of line of sighting the entire point.
Yep.
So we don't see them on approach here,
Around the outside.
right? We don't see them main. We didn't see them across the way.
They're going main.
Jump pad.
Or, like, flank Winston.
Okay. If they're gonna
What
go
up?
point, we can do high ground.
Alright, so this isn't too bad. But see how they're
McCree's
just, like,
half.
line of sighting us here?
Flanking.
The only thing we gain here is setting up our Zenyatta on high ground, but, like, our tanks and DPS are gonna have to abandon Zenyatta on high ground in order to do anything. So like, the Zenyatta is just gonna get jumped after we leave. If the Zenyatta has played, like, I don't know, maybe this corner or this corner, Zenyatta is, like, fucking by himself for this thing. We're running pharmacy dive. He's not gonna have any sort of protection, so he needs to play as far the fuck away from the fight as he possibly can, and force them to use a shit ton to get to him. The Tracer is going to find him if they're running Tracer, and he's going to die from it. So I don't like the high ground here positioning. We're gonna make a really dumb jump by Winston
Jump
here
on
in a
him?
second.
Zen's by himself.
How do you think this turns out? A, they kill everyone. B, they kill us.
I have
Yeah,
Discord
bro.
on him. I have Discord on that Zen.
Got him.
Nice.
Fucked.
Discord on the
should've-
D.
Our tanks were they were not together. I'm not sure where our healing orb is.
Diva
Should
mech.
have called that dive. My bad.
The dive was just awful.
Where one down?
Our tanks are down.
Oh, monkey's on me. He's
Is that gone?
discorded.
My bad.
I'm still on it, but probably.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it's-
that
Oh,
was-
I'm out.
That was my fault. Back out. Back out. Turn around. Boat.
I was walking away, but you know.
Alright, now we're kind of forced to
Okay.
go high ground because that's likely where the McCree is going to be. Their comp is looking to get some poke damage and have Zenyatta posted up with the McCree. For the most part. Farah does okay into that, but she's going to require immediate pocketing and for the team to focus the McCree.
I fucked that up by diving their whole team instead of what I thought was just 2 people.
I agree. Orb on our
Alright.
tank. Cool.
Tracer, can you give us a little scout where they are? Or Farah?
Yeah, I'll go.
You
I
should
can
already
see
know
them.
basically where they're going to be, which is up here.
I went before them.
Okay, I think they're left side. Let's just push on the
Yeah,
point.
there's one left side,
Oh,
definitely.
What I think you can do is come right side and just drop the point and force them to fight you there. And then when you get them down, maybe then you can get their McCree, or you can just
Tracer,
try to jump the
Tracer,
McCree. It's
There's
fucking
one
rough.
McCree on point.
Tracer 1.
2 tanks on point, actually.
I'm on
Tracer
Zen. I'm on
recall.
Zen.
This jump seemed a little awkward. No one seems to be with you. Okay, there we are. We don't have our bubble, so we're gonna take a shit ton of damage here. If we're instead playing like this corner, like this wall, and line of sighting the people we aren't shooting, I think that'd be much preferred. We're gonna feed a lot of ultimate here if we don't die. No, we just die. Okay.
Yep. Reset.
Oh crap. Yep.
So let's watch that again.
I'm down.
Discord.
Zen McCree on point.
Tracer 1.
We like chased the full health Tracer who just triple blinked, and she's blinked out of our range. She is not one. She has no recall. We jump into the enemy team.
Tanks on point, actually.
We've actually found a good target. This Zenyatta is out of position, absolutely. If we can follow up on that, we can punish that. They're not on the high ground whatsoever, so our Farah can play around this central pillar and up on this high ground behind us now, and do a lot of work. We're going to drop our bubble here, which is fine. But as soon as it breaks, we're just kind of in the open, so we need to either line of sight the rest of their team, and we don't end up doing
One's in,
that.
one's in.
All right, we hide behind our dude. We just sit here and man fight this guy for some reason. He has Moira heals behind him. And we get murdered.
Reset.
I'm kind of curious where Rondo went.
One's in, one's in.
Oh, okay, there's a rocket. There's a rocket also in the back line. It's McCree right here.
I'm down.
Yep, reset.
Oh crap. Yep.
Coming through.
So it seemed like Rondo was trying to get some value there. Just didn't really work out.
Coming up.
Wow, them are
Because
crazy.
our tanks initiated the fight before the Pharah got to really poke him down. You have like 2 DPS right now on each team. One on each team that kind of wants to get some poke damage in and slow down the enemy's advance.
Ultimate's ready.
Yeah.
We have Pulse
We should
Bomb,
be
but that's
diving
it. They're gonna have High Noon. I don't know if we use... They're gonna have a support ult. Maybe both.
Whoa, I didn't die.
Yeah, we just
Oh,
There's the bomb, that's unfortunate.
Oh,
yeah, you guys left. I saw that happen.
Wow. Okay. Alright, let's
Alright,
go jump,
so
go
Rez
jump
is
pad,
down.
Go jump pad, go jump
Far
pad.
right side.
Jump pad.
McCree's up top.
City's far right.
Yeah, we gotta go McCree.
Cree makes a good decision in immediately dropping under pressure. Very good. He's falling back into his team.
He's
We cannot drop down to follow him.
I'm second. Some
I think Farah with the team, like Farah should be kind of trying to shoot at an off angle here.
One peek
needs to be
BGM, thank you.
careful.
come on.
We're dropping down without our bubble kind of into the enemy team. Luckily, we get this. Otherwise, they can just kind of focus us for a bit till we're forced to jump away.
All right, that's it. That should be it.
Okay, Diva next.
McCree no
No,
stun.
McCree.
McCree is a very good target here.
I'm diving.
Good. All right, back up.
Back up, regroup.
Winston,
I don't entirely like this Winston ult. You're likely able to stall it long enough that you only need to win one fight basically anyway.
Winston.
My point.
No.
Winston's discorded.
Winston,
But you can
Winston,
probably
Winston.
build another one before the round ends.
Watch Tracer coming in on the
I
other
don't think it
side.
really matters.
I've reached.
Yep, he should
Okay,
die.
like, we clean
Yeah.
it up.
Coordinate our efforts.
Alright, back up. I can't believe that Winston got away. That's my bad.
Yeah.
It's the jump.
So tanks set up on high ground or upper pillar to at least force them to consider that positioning.
But I could have.
Kind of in the middle of nowhere here.
Tesla
We get
it, I
our
think.
orb. Cool.
Okay.
I don't think Winston needs to do that flank
So
check.
let's
Just
play
let
close
Tracer do
here.
that.
Okay, Winston's right. His bubble's down. Push. Never
Mm,
mind. They backed up.
He was playing high ground, just beware.
Yeah, monkeys by jump pad.
Tap me off.
Okay, they're going jump
Tanks
pad.
by jump.
Okay.
Shoot you down.
McCree's on the right side here.
No, they are not going jump pad. They're coming in.
Our Zen is on the high ground, which I think is actually too close.
This will protect us.
Alright, so we're gonna get burned the fuck out of here. We need to
Just
win
Zen
this.
slow.
More half. Oh my god. I got fucked up.
Shit.
Yeah, that's fucking rough. I don't know what else we do about that. Maybe just not take that fight. Give them some positioning. Just delay them as much as possible and wait for the fire to hit them as they come in, maybe. Or if Zenyatta is going to play close, we have to commit a support ultimate. So you're down a tank right now. We basically have to turn this fight somehow.
Oh, I'm so dumb.
Discord on the
Yeah,
Winston.
no alts.
No ults.
It's just die on point.
Activating
Oh,
Stall.
damn. Okay. my
He
bad.
always ults.
No, that's fine.
Onward and upward.
He
Oh,
always
Diva's
ults.
on me. Gotta-
Yeah, we're kind of just dying on point.
That's fine. We just gotta.
I have do it. You want me to ult or no?
I really don't like this stagger by Winston. He's going to be the one initiating a fight in overtime here, and you're going to build some control percentage for it, but like the point's going to go their way.
Nope. We're
No, no,
just.
no.
Uh,
I feel like you would have had a better chance of regrouping had you not going in here.
We're just stalling right now.
Got it.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
the Zenyatta wasn't there.
Yeah. No,
So we're
that
feeding more ult charge to the people who just used it is kind of the thing.
was
And we're not going to
supposed
last
happen.
that long.
The counter ticking. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, it's gone. All right.
Alright, cool.
Right, I'll look for a barrage, and then
Once more,
let's
to
trance to
breach.
keep us all alive. And
All right, we gotta.
Let's
we gotta get...
push
Gotta go
with.
soon. I'm coming
push
from
with
spawn,
Mercy.
so you can't count on me. to
Okay,
push.
Alright,
you ready?
let's go.
Yeah,
I go now.
do it.
Go, go. Big jump.
Alright, so we use Valkyrie. McCree's probably on high ground. Since we trickled onto the point we're contributing ult charge to the enemy team. Gotta be careful that high noon.
On Moira?
Tracer's Tracer stuck me.
Fuck.
If Tracer bombs you there, you probably just need to trance. And just keep in mind that you won't have it.
Alright. Where are we on?
Fuck.
Free. Free center.
On McCree, came and freeze down.
Hey,
Diva,
guys.
Diva, Diva,
No
Diva, Diva.
healers on point.
Diva.
Down, out, rather.
Diva's at a max.
Tracer kills 3 people.
Tracer, no recall.
Trance if you need to.
I'm still coming back to point.
We're
Oh
good,
wow.
we're good.
Okay.
Nice,
We
nice, nice.
get it?
Good
job,
Shit,
guys.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, that was a weird.
I look
job.
pretty bad.
Good
All right,
stuff.
but you're okay. Your healers are coming back. Just play
Okay,
safe.
We've got
Try
trance.
try not to die.
Play
That was
together
an
on point so that we can
I don't
get
have-
Yeah, you guys did that without. I'm right here, dude. You guys did that without.
I
Mercy
need
for
Mac.
most of that.
Once again, Winston can set up on high
Okay,
ground,
play point, play together so that we can.
get a better
Get back
vantage
on
point.
the high ground.
Diva out of
Monkey
mech
right.
fucking
Monkey
sucks.
right, McCree left. Tracer main. Tracer one.
Discord it.
Monkey, monkey, monkey.
Tracer's still behind us. We need to leave.
On monkey.
Ah shit.
Oh. Oh,
McCree's
God.
on me.
Oh,
He
God.
got me.
What happened?
Mistake.
I got myself tapped on me.
Rondo, how did you get away from that?
I dropped.
We know this is last fight. I feel like we've had that transfer like 2
I did
fights
too,
now.
though. I don't.
We gotta find a way to use
You
it.
dropped faster.
At this point. Can we? Oh.
Alright, not a
Cree
big
came
deal.
behind me and killed me.
That's
That's
better than
all good.
normal for us on that map.
Alright,
That is better,
zero.
It's
Mercy.
High ground rondo. Right.
oh shit. My mic.
What's up?
Alright, I think we're sticking with this. Alright, so this comp has some issues with high ground. Its shield damage isn't that great. What I'd really like to see is that I think we really need a Lucio as an attacker. I do love Zenyatta, I really do, but you're running like slow ass fucking tank. We need to get them from point A to point B before Reinhardt's shield breaks. We're out of cooldowns. So I would like to see
I
Lucio
asked you
here.
if you were here the whole time, and then you stopped talking. And I was like, whoa.
Okay.
Fucking mind game.
I heard
still.
that.
Okay, we don't need to use defense matrix on that sort of poke.
Right
No.
side.
Ah, I got pegged by one of those. Fuck.
We see the trap there. Well, I saw the trap there. See the trap in the ground. We're gonna walk into that a couple times. Against their setup here, if we go this way, we can force this soldier off of high ground by sending our own soldier and Zenyatta up there. We also can come and rest our shield back here. That would be my preferred route.
Don't worry, my friend.
There's the mine and the trap. For reference.
I'm going.
See how they tried to
Push
suck
right,
you
push
into
right.
it? That's clever.
Shit.
Okay.
There's 2 on high ground. We gotta.
You need to take high ground quick.
Yeah.
We lost our shield, so it's gonna be slower to recharge.
Everybody, Zen.
Diva went stairwell. I didn't really see.
Soldier.
I'm fucked.
That's unfortunate.
Got one.
Oh,
I think a second one. Trying. Too weak.
oh
It-
fuck.
no, back out,
Alright.
back out, back out. We have spawn advantage. Back out.
You have spawn avenge, but they staggered some people so late. Alright, so they're running typical anti-dive. Seems fine. They have decent high ground control because we're forfeiting it entirely, almost. I think we need to make a rotation to clear him off and force them back into, like, archway. Just with positioning.
Okay, there's
Did we pick
Zen's-
one?
Yeah, there's
Yeah, I
Zen's
got
gonna
some.
be late coming back.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna
Yeah,
die.
we're all still dying though. That was
bad.
late.
Alright.
I don't think we're.
Okay,
Yeah, that,
well, that was not good.
They have a trap set up left of choke. I think we need to blitz through. I
Yeah,
think
we
if
do.
we're just like hanging out.
jeez. Okay.
Yeah,
Just
that could work
need
as
to-
well.
We just need to charge through.
Get into
Okay,
position.
throw a bubble on me when you're ready.
We have shield up and bubble at the same
Okay,
time.
let's
Not
go
great.
left through. Let's not.
We see
not
that
go
trap.
left. That's a bad idea.
Through motel? No. Okay. Where are we going?
Oh, okay.
It's so rough to just. You can't just like swing on someone when they have hookup
God.
Okay.
and you're discorded.
Guys, we need to decide before we go in.
Orisa. The Orisa's almost dead.
No, don't push.
Alright,
Back
back up.
back up.
Okay. I really think going right side around hotel, or not hotel, around
Why don't we go
statue.
the right side around the statue?
Yeah, that's what we should be doing.
See this soldier's way up the fuck up here?
Alright, I'm just in position.
It's really
And-
aggressive.
Okay, we ready?
Or it's decently
Yeah,
aggressive.
How thirsty.
I've seen more aggressive.
Let's go. Bubble me.
I really don't like this shield here. I feel like you guys should be playing this corner back here and not like a step further. There's no reason to be this far up. Because if they break the shield, then you're going to have to make a shield based upon your current positioning, which is basically here. And then if they step in front of that, you got nothing. Instead, if you start your shield out back where you currently are, they have to walk that much further, and then you can rotate back to your like holding defensive position. Yeah, I don't like this shield right now.
Watch that tire, maybe.
I'm saving bubbles for tire.
We're kind of like showing ourselves right now when our team is kind of spread the fuck out from tire. So we're just kind of wasting shield here. Their soldier gets forced down, that's cool.
Nope, it's going for me.
I don't think there's anyone behind us right now.
Are we here?
We're down one.
There's one. We lose our shield again. We let it break, which is a fucking shame.
Okay.
Push.
My shield's down.
All right.
So we decide to charge in.
Nope, it's going for me.
We're down a healer, and we
Are
decide
we
to.
here?
We're down one.
Why are we
Okay.
pushing?
My shield's down.
We're down one, so we decide to charge in.
Alright,
It's so random.
probably reset? No?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, it's probably a reset.
We're on point though.
Well, fight it then.
Soldier ulting behind.
Only chance to win this is to charge him.
Soldier discorded.
Recognize
Oh,
that
he's
and
me.
miss.
Oh, I'm so fucked.
Oh, he's like one hit.
I got super insanely out of position.
Don't fire strike. Why are we fire striking? We're just building enemy ult charge.
Alright, well that was a dry push,
Just
right?
die, dude.
Yep.
Yeah,
We have-
but they have ults too.
We have 5 ults still.
Yeah. Alright, let's try and get a shatter. They're gonna have
Yeah,
shatter
you
for
should be able
sure.
to shatter. You can just walk through
If you
the
can get it,
They
if you
don't
get
have shatter.
Shatter and I can get Coalescence off, we should clean up with just those two.
Alright, plan is to shatter.
I'm just gonna
Alright,
push
Rez,
straight in
call.
for shatter. Bubble me.
Yep, I got
Okay.
you.
There's no reason why the Orisa can't fucking reaction fortify that.
Go.
Shit, I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Fuck. Alright,
Okay,
I'm good
no
now.
more ults, no
Oh,
more ults.
fuck.
Why do we commit 4 ults to that? Like, the shatter basically wins the fight. Maybe one other one makes it, like, nice. We commit a visor and a diva bomb to that.
I didn't do that.
Soldier discord on the high ground.
Trying to get Mercy around back.
It seems like they've outed to try to salvage the fight. I can understand why you do that.
Up there with
Didn't end
Soldier.
up working out.
Get
Trying to
soldier
get
this
up.
one.
Trying to get
Got
up.
Soldiers. Mercy's up there.
Mercy.
Good job.
Got him.
Nice.
Good cap.
Alright, everybody but Zen.
Mercy
push up.
Alright, we had like 6 ults. We still have grab.
discorded.
Do we
Alright.
trance there too? Do we trance?
I'm just gonna
Alright,
push
Rez,
straight in
call.
for shatter. Bubble me.
Shatter and
No, we didn't have trance. Okay.
I can get
Well, we
Coalescence
used
off.
so much
Discord
else.
on the high ground.
Got him.
Nice.
Good cap.
job. Alright, everybody but Zen.
Mercy
behind.
discorded.
Alright.
Discorded.
Clear it up.
Got
Who's Bazai?
Alright,
got
we
it,
burned.
got it.
Alright, why did we burn?
I really don't like what
I
we're
should
about to
ult it.
do here as
Everybody but
Ryan.
Zen, push up. I'm going
Why are we going
around to that
alley?
high ground.
I think
Why? What are we
that was
doing
2 or
here?
3. It's fine.
Why are we flank Reinhardt? What the fuck? Yeah, we rightfully just get fucked
I'm
here.
in a hotel here. I need help. Thank you. Oh shit! I thought I had health.
I don't know what that was about.
I had orb on you like a second.
No,
too
we-
late. Alright, back up to payload.
Yeah, back to payload. Just push payload.
Enemy contact.
I'll be back in a sec.
I need help destroying that
It's
shield.
just a straight feed.
I
That's getting. Oh,
nice
nice.
job. Okay.
Good kill.
So I think we can just push payload here. They're not contesting it from here. If we can just stall out, we're forcing them to drop or rotate. Last thing we want to do is lose Diva Mech by diving.
Orb
up
coming in,
there.
Rob.
Okay, let's get this Junkrat.
Junk
Don't really need
by
to kill a
himself.
Junkrat either. We don't want to go in here against the Junkrat.
He's by
I'm low on
himself.
healing.
No, we can't push that far.
Okay.
We can't push that.
They're
I
they're
agree,
all
Rondo.
above you there.
Yeah, but they can't hold carts, so.
Jump to the
Junkrat right side. I don't have.
Mercy's discorded in
Oh,
there.
this is perfect.
I think after we kill immediately this far ahead, we need to react to the fucking attack visor. We just need a shield from that direction immediately.
We're good, we're good.
Oh,
Soldier
we're
behind,
so-
soldier behind.
We're so delayed in protecting our team from this. If another member of our team drops, they could take an advantaged fight before we cap
They
this
burn
point.
Bongo. They burn Bongo.
Soldier behind.
And force us to
Sorry,
commit
Diva,
more
can
ults
you
to
go
that.
up and kill?
Why?
I don't.
We can't push that far.
Okay.
We can't push that.
They're all above you there.
When do we
Yeah, but
coalesce
they can't
here?
hold carts, so.
Jump to the
Junkrat right side. I don't have.
Mercy's discorded in
Oh,
there.
this is perfect. We're good, we're good.
We coalesce so fucking late. We coalesce just now. The fight's over. We don't need to coalesce whatsoever.
Oh,
Soldier
They
behind,
burn
soldier
It's like
behind.
fucking
Bongo.
panic.
They burn Bongo.
Soldier behind.
Yeah, and I probably wouldn't
Sorry,
bongo to counteract crowd.
Can you go up and kill the soldier?
Let him self stagger.
A lot of bad ultimates.
Kill this junk, kill this junk.
What are we
I don't know
shielding?
if I needed to ult there, but I'm already 20% back.
fine.
So.
Yeah, he's gonna be coming
Soldiers-
from there, Rob.
Keep healing your Reinhardt.
Soldiers from our new spawn. Soldiers behind us.
I'm coming from far
Just let,
spawn.
just let him be out of position.
No,
Just
he's gonna
watch
pick
for him
ours
though.
in.
We just.
Alright, we have four ults.
Okay, I'm gonna walk forward and shatter. You guys with me?
I see him. I'm gone. I'm blind.
Nice Hogwarts. Oh shit!
He's in the hallways.
Shattering.
There's no reason why we can't reaction fortify that either.
One pull back. He's behind
We as Reinhardt are now fucked.
us.
They
Yeah,
burnt.
soldier
just
They
voted.
burnt Trents.
Nice.
Playing in.
Zenyatta on point. Zen on point. Out of position. Out of position.
I agree. He was out of position.
Burn hog.
Nice. Or back in 2 seconds.
Oh,
Healing.
It's a really aggressive diva charge.
Drop
We're
out.
really okay. He does finally fortify us, which should spell our death.
Get
I'm
this
just going to
Orisa.
Orisa.
See ya.
Ult in 2 seconds. Zen on
Junkrat.
point.
Wasn't too far away from our death.
Out
High
of
ground,
position. Out of
discorded.
position. Zen.
Drop down.
They're
got
stalling the
fucked.
payload a decent bit here.
Junkrat still up on high ground. Play point.
Yeah,
So as the defending need now, you're down a couple people, but you have respawn advantage. You don't have. You might have ult advantage. I know you burned Bongo recently, so you won't have that, and you used Hog ultimate last fight. You used Trance there too, so you could possibly have Visor, Tire, Valkyrie, which is pretty strong. So you're probably even on ults, and you have spawn advantage. You can just kind of wait for them and take one last fight here, or you can try a staggered fight right now if you want to commit your Tire.
High ground.
3 on. Oh, it's Mercy. Shit. Mercy in the
going
alone.
Roadhog.
To the left.
I have ult.
come.
Hog.
Burned. Trying to get out. I see him.
There's the Tire.
Mercy. Ult
Okay,
it.
it's good,
Blessing.
it's
She's
good.
discorded. She's like one hit.
Alright, so that Hog actually could have hooked you off the ledge if he turned. I don't know what that charge would have done to try to get the Mercy who's currently in Valkyrie. I don't think it
I'm so
does
fucked
anything.
here.
I'm out of range for Mercy.
Get me up.
It's a lot of spam. Team's playing okay.
Okay, shields down.
He's fucking killer.
Back.
Watch.
I like the idea of taking
Play,
cover here.
play line of sight for a sec.
I'm out of.
I don't think the Zen needs to be anywhere near this fight.
I'm out
As-
of P.
as close as he was.
I need that for myself.
Get this.
I don't think that Zenyatta needs to be anywhere near the fight as close as he
Zen,
is.
get this. Zen.
Zenyatta out of position again.
Shit. He got me
Generally,
though.
that charge is
Ah, okay.
unfortunate. They trade Zens because neither of them were behind their team. This actually favors the defending Zenyatta.
We traded Zenyatta's.
It's
What are
okay.
we
It's
doing?
okay.
Keep
we
pushing.
staying
keep
here?
pushing. Yeah. Keep pushing.
Okay.
We'll just build ults. I've almost got shatter.
So you're going to be down a man in about 4 seconds. So lingering here doesn't
Call targets.
help you.
Have
Mercy
shield
left
Now you're down 2 people.
side, Mercy left side.
Dot above, Junkrat above.
Okay, back up, back up, back up.
Tab
My
screen won't
shield's
show it,
down.
but you're
Just
down 2 people.
Play line of sight for a sec.
Junkrat's discorded above.
Okay, I've got Shatter.
I almost have ult again.
Junk
Yeah.
got him. Nice.
Got the junk.
Support right if we can.
I'm gonna Shatter.
Um,
Shattering.
We fortify in response there. Good. We're gonna charge here at this health with this Discord.
Not there.
I'm gonna grab after this, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm dead though.
Discord and
Hey,
Orisa.
Jasper, wait for trends maybe if you can.
Mercy one.
All right,
Huge, huge, huge.
nice,
Kill it.
good, sick, oh. Beautiful.
How many
Shit, I'm gonna
adjectives
die.
does
I'm
Grape
gonna die.
does boat mode?
I'm gonna heal you guys
know?
up.
All right, nice,
Kill it.
Nice.
good,
Good.
sick, oh.
Sick.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. 4.
Got me
Shit,
there
I'm
in
gonna
a
die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna heal you guys up.
This trance is so late. How many fights did we have this trance?
All right, that should be
Yeah,
it.
that's good
We probably wanted to save that for a recontest.
Contested.
But
fine, fine,
What's a
this is
contested,
It
fine.
guy?
really matters.
No, it's fine.
Got
It's
it.
fine.
We're good. We're good.
Oh.
We're good.
It's unfortunate that we don't cap it with more than a
Contested by
minute.
that.
We got it. We got it.
Alright.
I'm gonna get
Seems like we're running
Probably
decently
right.
standard anti-dive.
one to be.
First shield position seems fine. That's a little forward.
Hackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Okay, I'm gonna
Ow.
orb. I'm gonna
We have a
orb
Hanzo.
quick. Right now, orbing.
I don't know what that orb is supposed to do. If you at least put it above the shield, then maybe a hook could come out.
It's gonna get top of shield. Okay, break their shield.
You're risking your own life and your team's by not dropping a shield immediately.
Defend objective A.
Okay, I'm gonna
Ow.
orb.
We have the
I'm gonna
cooldown,
We have a
right?
Hanzo.
We just take infinite damage here
Right
for
now,
no
orbing.
reason. We know they have a Hanzo. Someone calls out they have a Hanzo. This is a fucking problem for our team.
It's gonna get top of shield. Okay, break their shield.
Oh.
Okay, back
Okay.
up.
We're forced to blow both cooldowns.
That is
Back
too
up,
good.
back up.
Back up, back up, back up, back up. He's got breather.
Okay. Orbing when they
Hanzo
come around the
shooting around the
corner.
left side.
Orbing.
Oh, I suck.
Wasn't so bad.
Watch
Soldier
soldier.
on.
back.
You see how the shield was like preemptive here? We're kind of slowly falling back to arch. That shield is way too far forward and it won't provide us protection as they rotate.
Back up around corner if we need to.
Soldier Discord on high ground.
But we use Fortify. Hanzo's in hotel.
Hanzo.
Ursa.
No reaction.
Hello,
Get the
behind the
Orisa.
shield.
Orisa's low.
What is Grape doing?
Back
Sorry,
up
not
around
Grape.
corner.
What is Boat
Soldier
doing?
Discord on high ground.
Hanzo.
Ursa
Get
low
the
behind.
Orisa.
We fade in? Do I have that right? Boat mode? Did we fade in? To use ults so we could get hooked? There's the Hanzo from the side. Everyone sounds drunk.
Hanzo.
We're just kind of firing. Their shield is lasting way longer than ours. There's the
Ursa
fade.
low
Yeah,
We're at half
behind
health.
the
Orisa's low.
What are you doing?
Fuck!
Hawk.
That.
Ursa.
Fuck.
Shit.
Shit.
He absolutely threw.
Sorry.
We can't really commit to this. I don't think there's any way we can regroup in time.
Flank around.
They're gonna have the ultimates too, because we basically spent the same ultimates they did, but they actually achieved something with it.
Yeah, we probably lost that.
Yeah, I think that's gone.
I think I'm gonna switch to Rhine.
I don't like Reinhardt here. I think you're just gonna get your shield eaten by the Hanzo Orisa Hog spam. I don't like the Orisa or the Reinhardt here.
I should not have gotten hooked there. That was bad. Sorry about that.
It's alright, we can.
Where
to
were we
Rhine.
on Supercharger?
Shit.
Shit.
Sorry about that.
Flank
We
around.
were
was
on
bad. Sorry
75%
about
when
that.
we swapped. It's a shame. Yeah, we're forced to set up back here. I like that. Grape's playing with fire there by peeking either a Hanzo or a halt or a hook.
Back, stay back. Okay, do we have everybody? Not quite. No, not quite.
Chunk's like right there, yeah.
Alright.
I definitely look to use Tire to get this fight underway.
I'm gonna tire
You see how, like, in this neutral stance, Ryan is forced to actually do shit?
here.
It's kind of rough.
Yep, do it.
Here's the Tire. We're not pressuring during the Tire, which I think is a little bit of an issue. Now that we're running Reinhardt, we have to be really, really careful of when we drop our shield. Not only did they have Hook previously, and Scatter previously, but now we have to decide whether to protect ourselves from Discord, Scatter, and Hook, or to be aggressive. And when we're defending as Reinhardt, that's kind of a problem because their natural spam is going to force us to be aggressive, and so I don't think this pick works against their comp whatsoever. I think Orisa is definitely better because she has uptime on her shield while being aggressive.
Okay, let's get this Hog. Hog
He's
is
discorded.
at
Hog is
position.
discorded. Got him. Nice.
Nice.
Watch Hanzo.
Where is Hanzo?
He was on the
I
left.
think he's main.
What are we doing right here? So we're kind of just like holding this corner. I think that's okay. I think we can also just kind of come up here and clean the rest of them because we should be up about 2 people. I wouldn't mind maybe trying to hold the choke. I do realize it's a little dangerous in that Hanzo can come from this alleyway or up top here to kind of give us some problem. But I kind of like the more aggressive stance and not giving them the payload as cover and healing for free.
Okay.
Was he on left? All right.
I don't know where he is now. He might just be
Soldier main. Okay, this is a good place to hold. This is
Notice how our team is naturally starting to position in front of us.
good. Ooh, careful.
cut me off.
Worry, my friends.
I'm a little far back.
I'm your shield.
I'm
Okay,
trying to.
2
watch,
fire strikes that
left side.
they didn't really have purpose other than hoping to clip someone as they come out of the
Hanzo left
corner.
side.
I'm. We're left.
They're coming.
far back.
Far left.
a good hook.
apparently.
We can like shield blink backwards and be
I'm
fine.
in trouble. Help, help,
Not really in trouble if you just shield blink backwards.
help.
Now you're in trouble.
And I got my orb on you.
Oh, that's it.
Trance is late.
Alright, everybody
Damn it.
back up a little. Just
Like, if anything, since you're committing the trance to this, you probably want to be as aggressive as possible. The call here is you're likely to lose this fight without your main tank against all their spam and their Hanzo. So you no longer have a shield to actually buy yourself space, and you're just going to get slowly whittled down. Team probably just needs to die on payload here. Ideally, he gets saved by trance. Not ideally, trance enables you to be aggressive and maybe swing this fight. And worst case scenario is you die on point. They're gonna collect the rest of you anyway. You don't
Actually,
want
just
you don't
die
want the
on
actual worst case scenario of they slowly collect you as you retreat.
yeah, just down
Hey, you
cart.
guys are actually even.
Fight on cart, fight on cart.
Oh,
Down one.
We don't have any bodies left.
I'm gonna die.
Yeah, that's fine.
this hog
that's a
is
decent
fucking
trade.
me up, man.
Now, depending on spawns, you might actually get there at about the
If you
same
wanna
time. You can
switch
take
back to
another
Zarya
early
Rondo,
fight.
go for it.
Now you might be able to take a fight like here, and still have time to contest before the last.
Right. I think that might be a good bet.
Certain some morning.
I like, and we can triple tank.
So I don't know if we need to be all the way back here. We might have been able to just stay on the corner there. I think we
Okay,
eat
we're gonna
infinite
contest
shield
the-
damage as we come
recontest
through.
We're definitely gonna recontest. You guys ready?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
That fire strike is awful.
Discord on the Orisa.
Shields half. Shields almost
I
down.
have
Get
it.
Orisa.
Here the fight is finally beginning, really, and we have no shield and we're at half health. That's kind of the problem. Is right.
Is down.
Okay,
Shit.
barrier's down. I'm
Oh, he's
fucked.
gonna get me.
Yeah, I'm down.
Shit, that got me.
Yep, just die on cart still. We'll probably
This is probably winnable. They lost their shield
Down.
tank.
okay,
Shit.
barrier's down. I'm
Oh, he's
fucked.
gonna get me.
See what happens. So boat doesn't heal his tank.
Yeah, I'm down.
That's a mistake.
Shit, that got me.
Ends up getting their DPS. You're down off heals and main tank, they're down main DPS and main tank. You could likely turn this with one of these ultimates if you wanted to commit to it. You'll have to wait for trance to end, of course, but I think you can line a sight long enough for respawns to come in and then fucking blow them up with whole hog or something.
Yep, just die on cart still. We're probably gonna lose that point, but that's okay.
Breathing.
Nice hold.
Dodge it.
Ooh.
We're not even playing
If that
point
looks
as
winnable,
cover,
feel free to
really.
ult.
Oh, it's certainly winnable.
Nice. Yeah.
Hey,
No,
alright.
totally.
Please tell me we didn't
I
use
have
both of
shatter
them.
for this fight.
I have orb in 2
Okay, we still have whole
seconds.
hog.
Group
That's
together,
good.
please.
Yeah,
staggered.
back on cart,
Guys,
back on cart.
back up together.
I'm gonna go for a cheeky fucking Rhine flank shatter.
It's really cheeky. Can we just skip it?
Okay, are they in?
Alright, so you're not even
Kind of.
Streets, I'm gonna go behind them.
so
No,
you're not
no.
crouching here. They should be able to hear
They're
you.
still kind of
wait.
at the corner.
Tell me,
No,
tell me
they're
when
pushing up. They're pushing up.
They just
Okay.
don't have a
They're pushing
reaction
up
to
now. They're
the
pushing
Yeah,
auto
no,
cue.
no.
Alright, see how many people we got down? We don't actually want to charge here. We want to like fire strike in a line these 4 people and then swing on their backline. We don't care about charging. Charging is less DPS here.
Go, go, go! Fuck yeah!
Carissa's discorded. She's on the cart.
Riz on card? What?
Yeah, I got her.
She's
No,
dead.
she's gone. She's gone.
Okay.
Oh shit! Watch Junkrat spam.
Watch Junkrat,
Try not
yep.
to feed tire.
Well, that was fun. watch spam. We can just hide around.
He's low.
corner.
Ah.
Nah, it's fine. Just play around
They're
corner.
gonna have tire though, so
What time is it? 7 something.
Where are they? They're gonna do something cheeky now. Go
Like,
main.
They're main.
Missed it.
Guys, play card. Play card.
Why is our main tank not creating space here? I probably would have tried to hold.
They're gonna do something cheeky now. Go
Like,
main.
They're main.
Missed it.
Let me see if I can pause it here. At the right time. Like, I think as main tank you can hold this angle, which gives Grape this high ground or Hog this high ground to play with. Right now, we're kind of in an awkward fucking spot where like the 2 tanks are like back here. And Soldier and Zarya are contesting point, and they're just kind of on their own. I definitely would have taken this corner with this payload here. Just set up in front of it.
Guys, play card. Play card.
Breather down.
Soldier top high ground.
No, I'm not gonna get him. Sorry.
guys,
Chasing
you
too
split.
long. Our Ryan is really out of position here.
Yep.
Watch
go back to
fire.
point, back to point.
Wait. Carissa's discorded.
I don't know what that charge was supposed to accomplish. We were just kind of fucked.
Oh fuck.
Carissa's discorded.
Thanks, Dad.
Risky, but I like it. Do it.
Why do we
Do
trans?
it.
That was bullshit on my part. My bad. I like freaked out and hit the button. That was really bad.
It's all good.
Is that grab down?
I have Discord on the Orisa.
Oh, I'm so low.
Oh, okay.
Is that gone?
Back up.
We can test?
No.
It is so far gone.
Back up.
That's it. Back
Yeah,
up.
yeah, back up.
Back up or die.
Back up.
We forced both of their support ults.
Yep.
And
Yep. We also
Hog.
forced both of ours.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Oh.
That was
The way we kind of orient ourselves post-charge is
Backing
we
up.
get
Backing
filled.
Backing
I
up,
was
backing up.
trying.
Shit.
Oh my god, he's got another.
It's fine.
That tire's useless.
Fine. He blew it on a lost team fight. It's all good. Okay, just
Alright.
wait. We can.
Did we visor?
Damn
Keep
it,
backing
I
up,
was
back up.
We forced both of their support ults.
Yep.
Yep.
And
We also
Hog.
forced both of ours.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Oh.
that was
Keep backing
really
up.
my bad.
Damn
Keep
it!
backing
I
up,
was
back up.
trying.
Shit.
No.
Oh my god, he's
I
got.
could have sworn we had visor
Another?
there.
It's fine. It's fine. He blew it on a lost team fight. It's all good. Okay, just
Alright.
wait. We
Those
can
ultimates are not good.
outfight this here.
Don't even go there,
Okay, I have shatter.
Oh god.
All right, are we ready?
guys.
Everybody's alive, right?
We gotta do it.
I'm out of spawn. Yep.
They're not even pushing door. You have time. You have plenty of time.
Okay, watch the junk up top.
Orisa.
There's literally no one on payload right now.
Alright.
Ryan is taking a really
Guys, we
awkward
gotta-
way to
down.
I'm
point.
gonna shatter
The
here.
hog neck.
He's just not being healed. I don't know if you need to shatter here. You're up. You're up. Someone. No need to commit anything.
Shatter.
Nice.
Big shatter.
Triple kill.
Get this Zen.
Huge shatter, dude.
No more ults if we can.
We need
Yeah.
high ground.
Nice.
We
All
need
right.
high ground control.
You committed
we,
2
can
ults
we
to a 5v6.
circle him?
Ooh,
Not a huge fan.
Yeah, can we kill this junk?
Can somebody get up there? I got him.
Okay.
Oh, Doe's got him.
Now
Oh,
Russ is
what the best.
discorded.
Alright, let's
Alright, so we want to set up on this corner for the most part. Hit scan Zen, play far back, and we just contest them as they try to approach this corner. There's no real other good place to, and as they take this corner, we fall back to the next corner and use that as cover.
grab Whole Hog.
Rob,
Yep.
careful.
Grab Whole Hog sounds perfect. And then after you use Whole Hog, switch off to D.Va, just so we can contest high ground. a
So,
little.
like,
And then after you use Whole Hog,
our dude gets hooked, right? We're just going to linger back here as Reinhardt, not really protecting anything. Instead, we should be moving forward and using our shield to assist him and get him the fuck out.
switch off to D.Va.
Russ is discorded.
You ready?
Alright, let's grab Whole Hog.
Rob,
Yep.
careful.
Grab Whole Hog sounds perfect. And then after you use Whole Hog, switch off to D.Va,
Like, both tanks should be looking to body block here.
just so we can contest high
Instead, we're just, like, hoping he gets
ground
out.
a little.
Rob goes on the flank.
Let them push in.
I'm pumping the shield.
Let them
pumping the
push
shield.
in.
Why are we letting him come in? We, just take, we can just take it right here.
Ooh,
I don't
we
have
should
orb.
probably use that ult if we can.
God,
Another ult. Ooh, no.
I didn't get fade out.
Charge isn't the greatest considering the background there. Now we're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
That's right, we
Get
got
the-
it.
But team is
sorry,
cleaned up
nice. Or Zen.
behind
All
us.
right, good
so-
job.
Great job.
All right, careful.
Owning ult.
That one's really
No, it's telling them we don't. Excelsior, back up a little bit.
Just back up, back up.
I'm coming.
That's so much damage.
Oh,
You
what
can't
Barriers
fight
down.
that.
I need heals super
I'm
bad.
super
There we go.
separated.
10
So you're not really in the like. You recognize that you're really weak right now, but you're still kind of just standing in the middle of the open. If you had said use like the cover over here as line of sight, you could safely recover your resources and health without being fucked here.
seconds remaining.
Instead, we're kind of contesting here when we're down 2.
Okay, use
Oh,
ults if
God.
you've got them.
We're gonna force a fight at 300 health with 38 shield as they ult while we're down 2. Is there any reason why we take this fight here instead of waiting for respawns and contesting last second?
Orisa 1.
The comp.
Oh my
We
god.
got this, guys. We push into over.
Fuck. Alright, I should have Shatter.
That only
Just need to
really
hold
grants
it.
us an extra minute over them, unfortunately.
I've got you in my sights.
Oh, fuck.
No, they don't even get a chance to attack.
They do.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Test, if
but
possible.
touch point.
Tried.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna skip to first defense.
I mean, they only
high
have
ground.
2 pushes, so
Yeah. We could even quad tank if Grap feels like running
if we
hog, but
stuff
So quad tank is very much an aggressive offensive strat for attack teams. For defensive teams, it's fucking aids because you don't have the mobility or the range to contest anything that doesn't come to you first. As attack, you can at least speed onto point and force them to fight you in that domain. Force them to come into your short range abilities and damage. But as defense, it just doesn't do anything. So I definitely don't recommend doing that.
one, we have
I'm sure
ult
it's
advantage.
Junker.
We're looking good, so
yeah, Junk's good.
Junk's really.
Junk's good. I would like a hit scan instead of maybe the D.Va. They ran a Hanzo last time. You don't really have anything to really get to him or contest him outside of like D.Va really going out of her way to do it.
Be fucking good at the first point.
I know.
Yes, yeah.
We gotta be careful. They push pretty
So
quick
much
last
ult
game.
There's
Last time.
nothing against Farah. Farah would like wreck you guys if they recognized it.
Can't let them get the first push.
Honestly,
Sure.
we should probably just let them come all the way to point, and then I'll try and like charge them against the back wall or something.
I'm holding the hotel.
Yeah, totally.
I don't think you need to give them that space for free.
Attackers incoming.
Like I still think you start off by holding like here, giving your DPS some room to spam down and not giving up the entirety of like this fucking area to them first so they can set up. So like you don't want to give them access to the high ground for free. You don't want to give them access to this ledge for free, especially if they're using Hanzo. You have to at least force them to use resources to get there. Right now you're
half
playing
my
so
kills are
like they're free into here.
coalescent skills this game.
Nice.
Not a huge fan of
I'm
it.
using.
I have a
Okay,
widow.
they're running Ryan. Okay,
Enemy contact.
Rondo,
We call out the widow, but this person's still staying here. That's kind of rough.
keep that bubble for when they come to point so that I can charge safely.
Got some latency.
Just let them come to point. Don't.
Grape is... This trade is detrimental. We still see people like Excelsior and to a lesser extent boat mode here are still kind of like peeking the widow.
Oh,
get
fuck.
I tried,
It's a
man.
trade.
He's definitely peeking the
Okay,
widow.
it's a trade. It's fine.
Not good.
He's definitely
Don't
peeking the
peek
widow.
too much at Widow.
Yeah, let,
You guys are so greedy for that. And now you've basically given up point, so that now you're kind of the attacking team going in. They have control of a lot of space right now.
let them come to point.
This will restore you.
Okay,
Roadhog is discorded.
bubble.
30 seconds.
That's good. You're still kind of in the middle of the enemy team though.
Ryan's down.
Zen.
They never really take this from your diva, which is fine, and you seem to be able to push them back. The Zenyatta was super fucking close. If he had stayed like behind pillar here, I don't think you can get him easily. I think that would have made him useful.
Moira's low. Nice, good.
Get into position.
Discord on Widow.
Being a little
Okay,
aggressive.
Hog's down. I'm getting out of here. Okay, back to point. Care Widow.
Boat is in front of his tank, while under Widow mine.
10 seconds.
That should be a win.
Alright, they have to rush.
Yep,
Nice.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna hide up.
Yeah, well,
outside
they
and
got you.
charge. Okay, bubble.
I almost have ult.
Shit.
This is entirely dependent on charge working.
Discord on Ryan.
Good hammer.
Shatter. Big ass shatter.
Triple kill.
Yeah.
That was nice.
What's good, boys?
Discord on Roadhog.
Hog. I guess I don't need to say it like
There we
7
go.
times.
Yeah, probably not.
Let's do.
Okay.
We just rush point.
I mean,
1, 2,
you don't have to do triple if you don't want great. I mean quad
It's
if you don't
fine.
want great.
No, it's fine.
I know you like Roadhog. One of my favorite skins.
Okay. And boost us once we hit statue.
All right, so
So the last defense, they were running trap like right here. Should acknowledge that. They're also setting up right here, which is rushable if we so choose to do that. We're on speed right now, but I don't know how together we are.
soldier high ground.
Hey, it's the trap. Hey, we got blown the fuck up because we decided to just take all the damage in the world.
2.
I'll try
Keep
to.
an eye
What
out for
happens
cheese.
here?
Attack commence.
We don't put up our shield. We don't use team bubble. We don't use defense matrix. We just walk into a trap and die.
I'm hungry.
We use a lot of defense matrix coming out of spawn.
Okay. And boost us once we hit statue.
All right, soldier high ground.
Fuck, I got trapped. Back.
We boost as D.Va from choke. There's no way we're getting here without taking all the damage first. This fight's over.
Back up.
Fuck.
Don't fight it. Don't
Back up, back
don't
up.
Feed,
Trying to
don't
get
feed.
out. Trying to get out.
Yep, we're good.
So like, it didn't seem like your D.Va understood that the fight was over until team called it, instead of reacting to the kill feed.
Back up.
I can't. That's gone.
It's fine.
Okay.
This is not
Okay, we got everybody?
Okay, no one wanted to kill me.
Okay, we need Diva.
Um,
Okay, that's fine. Alright, so we'll
Get
try
this
that,
hog.
try that again.
hog. No, he's out.
Careful.
Okay, we ready? No.
Hog
we
breather out.
need Diva still.
I'm already
You have a couple fights to just build like 2 good ultimates.
70% to ult.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
You don't
we
have to
gotta
win
get
on
that
this push.
Soldier.
You can win on the next push if you want.
Let's just go for high ground. Get the soldier. Ready?
Alright, so if your plan is to go up this way and force him off, he can just continually kind of rotate until you force him down like back here, which I guess works. You don't have, it takes a shit ton of time. Meanwhile, you're eating Junkrat spam as you come out through this alley is kind of my biggest concern. Yeah, not a huge fan of that. I think if like you swing around statue this way and then send your diva to boost up here to take him out, that could work well. Diva Lucio can get up here relatively easily. I think you have your own Junkrat who can go as well. And that'll force him down without rotating that way.
Rotate right. Get high ground.
Ah, they got on
We're
me.
pushing this soldier.
You left your Lucio.
That's
okay.
fine.
All
We're
right.
not
Push it.
together enough.
Spread. That's a powerful ult here.
Yep.
60
That's fine.
seconds
They used it.
remaining.
All right. So that's that ult out. What else are they gonna have?
So
Hello,
we're getting out of
Sirens.
here.
Right.
Yep. Get out.
You were already up people, and then you tired, just fine. But now you're visoring? I don't understand what defending
Soldier
team's doing.
Get out. Soldier. Okay, that's
There's
good.
no reason for that.
They do they have mercy? Do you
It's a
think?
bad
I don't think
visor.
we've done enough
Yeah, they
damage to
probably
them.
have mercy.
Okay, let's group.
That's a good mercy.
Okay, we need to go straight to point.
I have ult.
Okay, ready?
Soldier
let's do
high
it.
ground again.
Do it. Straight to point.
There was the trap again right there.
I'm charging. Bubble me.
There's no reason why he can't fortify that.
Surrender. 30 seconds remaining.
Nice.
There's no reason why we can't fucking shield up.
Soldier
let's do
high
it.
ground again.
Do it. Straight to point. I'm charging. Bubble.
So like this is a really far charge. You're gonna be primary fucking focus. You understand that, right?
Bubble me.
Surrender.
We get bubbled on the way in,
30 seconds
but then we continue swinging from 400 health to death
remaining.
because we're not being healed by this Morrigan.
Nice.
We're using it as like a damage weapon instead of a healing and damage weapon.
Okay.
Hog. No.
Fight it. I'll have ult when I come back.
Soldier's on high ground. He's like gonna kill me.
Drunk behind.
Yeah,
Drunk
instead of we
using
just
ult.
shield and wait.
Careful.
Seems fine. They have another tire.
Ah, he went for me.
This is winnable
Right,
still.
on point.
Soldier.
Mercy.
They trance. I don't know what this shatter's supposed to do. We just used our instant kill charge to be able to kill anyone who is in fact shattered during their coalescence. We just like, you're like, man, we better fucking use the shatter in this fight. It has the nice property of at least CCing their Junkrat.
Shit.
So he can't attack us during this trance. But I'm not a huge fan of it. We only get one per. We get two people with
That
it.
sucks.
But we have no chance of killing them.
Junk one.
I'm running back.
Just
back.
one week.
Zen. Oh, I'm down. Shit. No healers. Damn.
I don't know what the charge is.
I'm here. Shit, I got trapped.
We're just not reacting to the mercy battle mercying us.
Ugh.
We just didn't want to grab that health pack either.
What an ult!
We on
Oh
this
god.
still?
Easy game, boys. Easy
No
game.
way!
Oh
got
god.
You do
Oh
this?
my god.
We're there.
no.
We're on it, boys.
He gets picked
Yo,
off.
my dude.
Dude, Rondo.
No, thank God the Zarya was carrying. All right, a lot of useless over ults. It's been a trend these past couple of weeks, hasn't it? I'd love to see like a top-down view, so I could see more map rotations instead of just one person's point of view. Which is why I tried to focus a little bit more upon his playstyle and his map movements. But yeah, just a ton of just like ultimates just kind of used just because we're trying to get kills rather than play the objective. We gotta just fucking play the objective. Holy moly. I didn't like some of our defensive setup positions. I didn't like some of our dive targets and how that flowed. It just seemed like we were brawling and we happened to come out on top in this round when we didn't last round. More organized games, please. Until next week.